What's going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we have a newsletter from the producer Yoshi-san. So I know that the global players are quite upset with Yoshi-san right now, considering the V3 Boa Sugo Fest and all of that. By the way, that Sugo Fest is coming out tonight after the maintenance period, and I will be live streaming my pulls. So of course I'm going to be uploading a separate video onto the YouTube channel when I'm going to be live, so make sure not to miss out on that. But yes, this is going to be a pretty big event. Of course, not everyone is super excited about it, but I am going to be doing pulls. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the newsletter on JP, because they're introducing a brand new update to the game, which is actually quite good, honestly. This is a pretty decent update. So the first post here from Yoshi is just saying, you know, thank you for playing the game and stuff like that, like just the typical Yoshi stuff. The second message here actually lists every, you know, new update that's coming to the game. It's just a list, but then the one after this actually shows us a little bit of information. But before we get to this, we can actually see translations of this. So shout out to Fideliast on the One Piece Treasure Cruise subreddit, who has translated some information here. So the newsletter is all about the upcoming changes, a part of the version 10.3 update, which will be arriving soon. There's no date given to that, and it says Yoshi begins to thank everyone for participating in the versus character voting as well. Whitebeard and Shanks is going to be coming soon to the game. We don't know an exact date for that either, but we do know that it's going to be in 2021. So here are the version update information that you guys need to know about. Box space increase, which is pretty typical. 3 times stamina and 3 times drops. This is quite big, actually. I am a huge fan of this, because for people that are hardcore farmers, you know, obviously 2 times stamina for 2 times reward, that's mainly what we do. But now that we have the option for 3 times stamina, yes, it's going to be more expensive on your stamina bar, but if you're farming for something, you're farming it 3 times quicker than doing 1 time stamina, quite obviously, right? You're farming 3 drops at once. However, something you do have to keep in mind is that if you're farming for cotton candy, for example, you don't really want to be doing this, because with double chopper, like any dupe dropping captains, basically, they don't give you, you know, 3 times the amount of dupe drops. It only just dupes it once. So if you're doing cotton candy farming or you're using buggy for content, you don't want to be doing 3 times drops. But if you are just farming content, this is going to be a huge increase for us. When this ever comes to global, I really hope it does come to global soon. This will make EXP farming even more crazier, because you can literally just do, you know, the 3 times stamina with all of the EXP boosts on top of it, with double jack, EXP boosting ship. It's going to be kind of crazy, dude. I cannot wait for when 3 times stamina, 3 times drop comes to global. I don't know when it's coming, but I really do hope it comes soon. Next is more sorting options, so that doesn't really make much of a difference to us. But then this is probably the biggest part of the update, is that cotton candy is getting updated into the game, where no longer you have to feed cotton candy to you know, a pig or another character, and then feed that character into the character you actually want to feed the cotton candy into, to kind of save your character box. This is nice. This is going to be changing, and there is an infographic where we can have a look and see how this is actually going to be working. Another part of the update says a used previously cleared team option for quests. By selecting an option from the start quest confirmation screen, the game will load up a team that you previously used to clear the quest, although they know that this feature will not be available for every quest. Now, I don't know how useful that's going to be. I guess, you know what, that would actually be kind of good for GARP challenges. You know, if you go to a GARP challenge and whenever they reset for the month, if you can just go, you know, use my previously used team, that'll save so much time with team building and kind of figuring out how you want to do things. If you can just beat everything once, you know, with a team that you're very comfortable with, and then you could just go ahead and just, you know, refresh your team every time you want to re-challenge it, that's perfect. That's going to be really good for a lot of players out there. So I'm super pumped about that actual update, and I really hope it's going to be available for GARP challenges. I guess, I don't know how useful it's going to be for other pieces of content, but definitely that would be probably my most used feature of this, would be just for GARP challenges. And then the last one says, changes to the meat on the resource island. So it says the island will now give 2 types of meat, a regular and a large meat, as well as allow more meat to be stored. So again, this is going to be on the infographic, which we can have a look at, and you'll be able to select up to a certain number of meats to restore stamina at once. Yeah, so you can restore a bunch of stamina at once instead of just taking the meats when they're available, so that's cool as well. So let's jump back over to the Twitter and have a look. So over here on the Twitter, we can have a look. This is the huge infographic for the new update. So let's start from left to right. So this is the use your previous team. So you can see before you enter a quest where it shows your team composition, by clicking this button, it shows you a different team that you use to clear the content with. So instead of using this team that you had set up, it just automatically replaces it with this other team. Now, I don't know if it only replaces it just for this part, or does it actually go into your crew system and then replace, you know, crew 5 of 8 to this team instead. That'll be interesting if it actually did that. I don't know if I'd be a fan of that. It'd be cool if it just, you know, saved it onto this quest and not saves it onto your crew, but it doesn't really make much of a difference either way. I don't really care about this update that much, but I guess for some players out there to be kind of good. Moving on to the middle, which is the biggest part of this update here. So you've got Chopper, of course, Christmas Chopper being the cotton candy character, and then this is, I'm pretty sure this is selling the cotton candy, and then by selling it, it gets like stored onto your account, or it gets stored to a stack. I think that's what it is. And then you can see here that this Luffy and Sanji, you can use cotton candy sliders to feed a certain amount of cotton candy to that unit rather than feeding these items to your character. So this is the new system coming. I like this a lot, and for a lot of players that have a crap load of cotton candy sitting on their account, they now have a new functionality for this, which is great, because having to, you know, do all like your Kizuna Clash pulls from the exchange, you get a bunch of candy from that, or if you're the type of person that farms cotton candy like myself, you have just a bunch of cotton candy, and it takes like, you know, 30 to 40 minutes to clear out your box of all the cotton candy, and now it's all just going to be automatically stored to a stack, and then when you want to feed cotton candy to a character, you can just use the sliders to add the candy to the unit. So this is going to save a bunch of time for players out there. I'm really looking forward to this update. I hope this comes to global soon, man, because this is actually like amazing, and such a huge time saver for a lot of players out there. Really pumped about that one. And on the right-hand side here, this is the, what do you call it? The Gather Island, where you have the meat, and you now will see that when you collect the meat, there's that now like a new icon which shows like a half-eaten meat or half a meat, and then a full meat, and there's a slider bar, and on the stamina bar, there is a plus icon. So by clicking the plus icon, it'll give you the option of, you know, which of these meats do you want to actually use. And you can see that this person on their account raises their stamina to 4,050, so you don't actually have a max cap anymore of having, you know, double your actual stamina. You can now exceed your stamina by, it looks like, infinitely, as many meats as you have. So this is also really good, because, you know, whenever these meats are available, it is kind of annoying, because you know, you can only have a certain amount of meats available at a time, and if there's no content out that you want to farm, you kind of just have to sit there, and, you know, the Gather Island meat is just sitting there, and it's not recharging. So the fact that whenever it's available, you can pick it up, it gets stored on your account, and then you can use the meats whenever you want. So you could stack up like 10 of these meats over the span of, you know, a couple weeks, and then when like a blitz battle or some huge event comes out, you can just spam a bunch of these meats and have a huge amount of stamina saved up. It saves a lot of gems in the long run, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. And that's pretty much all the information that this update has for us today, and then basically 10.3 is coming soon. Look forward to it. So Yoshi, this is a pretty good update. The other thing we want to know is when is it coming to global, because this stuff is pretty freaking good. And of course, like, there's no information regarding any future characters or anything. I'm currently recording this right before news time, and I think JP might be getting an update soon regarding a new Super Evolution. 6+ Zoro, I think, is coming to the game, and also a new Sanji and Pudding dual unit is coming to the game as well. So shout out to Anlord for this information here, but you can see we've got some story mode units for the Reverie story mode. We've got some new Chiffon, and then this is 6+ V2 Zoro, and then also Pudding and Sanji dual units. So these units are all coming to JP, and we are expecting at news time to get information regarding these units. So if we do get information, I'm going to bring you guys a video on it. But that's all I wanted to bring you guys in this video today, was just regarding this brand new update, which looks very exciting. So let me know down below in the comment section, which of these new features are you most excited for? And as you guys already know, myself personally, I'm really looking forward to the cotton candy update, just for the amount of time that it saves. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.